Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining me. As you know, I am doing my video series of the speakers that will take the stage at the Signature CEO Conference 2016. That's going to be on October 31st and November 1st at the Samuel Riggs Alumni Center on the campus of the University of Maryland. So we have had a lot of dynamic speakers that we have been speaking with this week. And so we're going to continue that with a fabulous young lady. Her name is Miss Myrna P. Daramy, and I'm just going to read a little bit about her. She is the founder of Mesohead Media and Newly Bride. She is a technically savvy digital analyst who embodies the mind of a creative designer. She has over 12 years of experience. Her natural ability to clarify the blurred lines between technology, application, and spontaneous creativity is what makes her one of the most insightful digital marketing strategists today. And so Myrna is going to be at the conference, and she is going to be talking about marketing your brand in the digital era, which is something that I think that we all need, because as soon as you learn a skill when it comes to social media, your website, something new is on the horizon and you have to learn all over again. So we're going to have Myrna there. She's going to, indulge us on what it is we need to know, how quickly we need to know it, and giving us those quick tips that, will cut through all of the paperwork so that we can get on board and be ahead of the technology curve. So at this time, we are going to present Miss Myrna. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Good.
Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. So tell us a little bit about Mesohead Media and then also your new baby, Newly Bride.
All right. So yeah, Mesohead Media is a conglomerate of myself, my husband, and I, who created this company in 2012. Long story short of it, we are a web application development company that have been doing consulting when it comes to construction, government, academia, and now bridal, where we're dealing a lot with the luxury lifestyle and bridal brands of today. And it all came about because we realized, just like everyone else, that technology was moving so fast and people were trying to play catch up. And so originally, we were doing a lot of web applications, websites, coding on the back end. My husband was the former CIO to a government agency here in DC. And it just one of those things that just dawned on me when it came to small businesses and specifically bridal. Once I got married, I realized that there was really no tapping with technology when it came to the bridal industry. And so we just started consulting and doing a lot of services from SEO to websites to digital strategy since 2012. I guess I could say since then.
Wow. And with that, I think a lot of us get confused on the SEO part. So kind of briefly explain what SEO is and how we use it with our business.
All right. So SEO in a nutshell is how you're found online. And basically in this day and age, everyone pretty much starts with a search, whether it's Yahoo, Google, Bing, to try to find information. And so what SEO is how you can optimize your site by utilizing certain techniques to make it so that you're findable and easier to be found.
Okay.
That's basically it.
All right. And should a person hire somebody specifically to do this, or is this something that they can do on their own?
Okay, so here's my rule of thumb. There are a lot of free resources out there that assist people and tactics and utilizing these tactics to help themselves to be more visible. The dilemma lies in the how of doing it, because there's no formula. It comes down to really, really honing in on your brand. It hones down to knowing a little bit of code, if you can get a little bit of customized, because there is some tactics that we call advanced SEO, where you would definitely need someone to come in on board. That's what the Fortune 500 companies use and some of the larger businesses use. So my answer to that is, to make it easier, it's always good to have someone behind you to check and balance, even if you are doing it on your own, just to test and make sure that everything's the way it should be.
And with social media today, what do you think some of the challenges that small business owners are facing with social media?
Well, the fact that there's so many of them is a challenge, because you don't know where to export a lot of your energy. Because if you become solid in Instagram, then you find out, oh my gosh, I have to also pay attention to now Snapchat or, whatever other medium. So it's always ever evolving. So I think that's the first challenge, is kind of honing in on which platform or which social media that you're going to use in order to leverage your brand. The other thing I think that's challenging is the fact that it is constantly always changing, where you're chasing what's the next best thing. So that always keeps someone behind the 8 ball. Okay. I think that's the other challenge.
Okay. And your talk at the conference, what are the key things that you're going to focus in on at the Signature CEO conference?
So I'm going to focus a lot more on digital marketing as a whole, because I feel like in this day and age, there's like a shift happening where the original traditional marketing that people used to do, not that it's not relevant, but in order for you to really make a difference in your brand, you really need to get on board with digital marketing. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that and what that actually means, because it's not just SEO. SEO is just one component of that. We are going to touch on SEO, of course, because without SEO and having yourself be available to be found, it's going to be difficult for you to leverage your brand online. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. And we're also going to talk a little bit about just empowerment as a whole. Like, I'm a very stickler when it comes to, you need to know the what, obviously what you do, but you also need to know the why, because I think the backstory, especially when it comes to small businesses and entrepreneurship, knowing the why will help you in navigating the how. So we're going to tap into a lot of just the backstory of what it means to market yourself, what you need to do to digitally market your brand, and then also how you can be found.
That's good. I've never heard it put that way, knowing the why and the how as far as your business. That's great. And then as far as key takeaways for people that are there, what is it? One or two things that you think that you want people to take away from your talk?
Well, I want people to first take away that it's not scary, because I feel like when you say the words SEO, people are like, CEO, is that what it is? Or what exactly is it? So I want people to feel a little bit more empowered when it comes to knowing what to do. I also want people to feel confident in making the next moves into how they can build their brand, especially coming 2017, because there are going to be some shifts when it comes to the digital market space and how you are putting yourself out there. So I want people to walk away feeling like, I can do this, I'm ready. Okay.
You just said something. So now my next question is, what is on the horizon for 2017? Give us a little snippet.
Snippet? Okay, so the little snippet is actually called a snippet. In Google world and on search engines, they're going to be focusing a lot more on artificial intelligence, almost to the point to say they want to, at one click, be able to determine where somebody wants to go or what they want to look for. And so they call this thing rich snippets, which is going to provide quick little answers. And you probably have already seen it when you're searching for things, where you just type in one word and you'll start to see the question, what is X? And they give you the answer right there. So, yes. So they're going more towards this very clear, concise snippet format in order to get the information you want to get to.
Okay. All right. Awesome. And as far as the Signature CEO conference, why do you think people should be there at the Signature CEO conference?
Wow, several reasons. One is because of you, actually. And I'll say this. I was going to say this because I figured you were going to ask me why I'm speaking. The first reason was because when you and I got acquainted, I was so enamored by your organization. So I was like, oh my gosh, Perfect Planning Events. You can coordinate everything. So the fact that it's going to be very, very organized and very, very concise, and they're going to get a lot of value, is the first reason why I think someone should attend.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. The second reason why I think people should attend is because I think there's always a need for educating yourself, and you will always take away when you participate or you go into a conference. Like, regardless of whether or not you think you need it, there's always going to be some snippet or one piece of information that you'll walk away from that'll have you feeling like, man, I never thought of it like that before. And it's going to help you move forward in your business.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And before I let you go, tell people about your new baby, Newly
Yes.
Bride. I don't want to get you off of here without telling people about Newly Bride.
Right. Okay. So yes, we have been, like I said, consulting forever, and we've pretty much worked with designers, publications, event planners, you name it when it comes to bridal, and even some people outside of bridal lifestyle brands, we've done things for. And we realized one commonality when it came to them and keeping themselves relevant and making sure they were putting out the proper content. And the fact that most of that content is never found and never actually connected to the targets people they're trying to target and reach. So we were like, especially in bridal, Google is not to say that they're not favorable to bridal, but a lot of the content that comes up on the search results is old. It's not as present. And let's be real, there's a lot more content that people have created that's relevant and better. And so we said, how could we bridge the gap and connect both worlds where brides can get the information they need that's relevant, and the event professionals and the professionals in the wedding industry can have their content be found. And so we created this platform called Newly Bride, which is actually a social media platform, but it's all focused around a tip. So you're providing valuable insight in the form of a tip, and that's the post. It's not so much just an image or just something about your brand. It's providing valuable insight to a bride, and at the same time, we've infused it with advanced SEO tactics, which makes it so that anything you post will leverage your brand online.
Awesome. And how can wedding professionals find out about Newly Bride?
All they need to do is go on to Newly Bride, log in and register. And you just log in as an event professional, set up your profile just as you would on Facebook or Twitter, and you can just start posting. And the beauty of it is when you post a tip, if you have a blog or any type of content that supports that tip, you actually can link it. And that, again, will help with your visibility online. So that's it.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you. Thank you. Let me see if we have any questions.
Sure.
No one wants to ask any questions. We have some people watching.
Hello, everybody. It's weird on Hangout because you can never see who else is in the space.
Okay. Well, no one has any questions,
Awesome.
but we want everyone to attend the Signature CEO conference, learn all about Myrna and Mesohead Media, learn about Newly Bride. She's going to crack the code as far as SEO for us all to understand. And it sounds like there's some new insights out there for 2017 that we need to know about. We are going to get equipped as far as knowing what is going on for marketing in the digital era with Miss Myrna. So please sign up for the Signature CEO conference. There is still time. The last day to register is October 3rd. So we have like about a week away. The dates for the conference are October 31st and November 1st. You can get details about the conference at our website at www.thesignatureceo.com. Thank you for joining us today. And thank you, Miss Myrna,
You're very welcome.
for joining us. And we look forward to seeing you at the Signature CEO conference.
See you guys there. Hope to see you.
Yes, we hope to see you there too. Bye-bye.
Bye.